Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 40 of the CWA, the Real World Draft Series, here on the channel, as it is the Golden Grudge Show, the pay-per-view that, man, I think on paper, every time I feel like we're getting better and better with these shows, but I really, really love this card. I think a lot of things just make sense, and we're telling a story throughout the whole show, which I love doing. Golden Grudge, I think I love this logo. It's probably my favorite one as far as, the event logos go. It's just very simple, very clean. Obviously, with the Golden Grudge, you kind of have the theme of the gold, but it just looks so clean. I love it. As yeah, we have the show ready to go, lined up. As you see from the pre-book segments already, we had a lot of shit that we built up, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Plus, we're gonna see the first match of Chris Hero and Martin Stone of Heroes Made of Stone. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's run the show. As the first two pre-show matches, as it's the first one here, is a women's tag match of the Heartbreakers, Natty and Candice LeRae taking on Taya and Chelsea Green. I was gonna go with Allie and Chelsea Green, but we've done that already, so let's give it another twist at Taya in there. And plus, it's a better match as Candice gets the win with the Heartbreaker in 10:06. So yeah, Chelsea Green was the weak link, but Candice and Natty with the low 50s. I like it. We're getting good as this matchup. We've done this before on a couple of pre-shows. No, we've had this once. As far as Tamir Ishii and Jonah Rock as a pre-show matchup. But here, Golden Grudge, Ishii gets the win with a vertical drop brainbuster in 9:48. 49 for Ishii, 48 for Jonah Rock. We'll take it. So we have the Golden Grudge intro video, which is showing off the matches. Obviously, Ray Phoenix, the GWC International Openweight Champion, Pack and Bryan, obviously the main event. Brody Lee, and obviously Brody and Tommy End, that British Commonwealth title matchup, Sasha and Tony Storm, and the Bucks against the Golden Lovers of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, and so much more. So many great matches. As an undercard matchup, which we're seeing their debut as a team, Heroes Made of Stone taking on TMDK, as Hero submitting Mikey Nichols with a Hangman Clutch, Hero with a 40, Martin Stone with a 40, 45 for Mikey Nichols, a 40 for Shane. So they're already a better team than TMDK, which, hey, that's good. I mean, they just gotta get over, which Hero's over, but Martin Stone not really is. But that's all right, though. I mean, that's a good little team. I like it. A little good, fun little undercard team. You can never have enough of them. As for this matchup, this is basically a number one contendership matchup without it being, hyped up as one. As Blood Generation taking on Axis, taking on Sami Zayn and Kevin Steen, taking on Miz and Morrison in a 2v2v2v2 matchup. So I love it. I think this is a fun matchup. Has a lot of different dichotomies involved, but the winners are Shima and Naruki Doi. It's Blood Generation getting the win as they pin John Morrison with a Powerbomb Mirror Order combo. Just want to give them a little boost there, and plus, obviously, who they're going to take on whoever wins between the Golden Lovers and the Young Bucks. So that should be a fun match. 54s for Blood Generation. Sami Zayn, Kevin Steen with a 65 and a 73. Miz and Morrison, 63-59. Morrison was off his game. Nakajima with a 61, and Go Shiozaki with a 45. God bless Katsuhiko Nakajima. As, yeah, there's a lot of green there involved, obviously, with Miz and Morrison. Hell yeah, good little matchup. Fun little undercard matchup, but we just have Sasha Banks warming up backstage for her title match against Toni Storm, which she wins as she makes her successful defense number 3 now, as she submits Toni Storm with a bank statement. 1 point Paige distracted Sasha, and Sasha then fought her off after she got attacked by her, but it's still, she was off her game, and it's still, doubled Toni Storm. It's what it is. So, the Storm is here, but it was canceled out by Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks taking care of business in this, the Golden Grudge show. It's now Kenta and Naomichi Marufuji, two men who are no strangers to each other, and finally, they get their match, they get their blow-off match. Naomichi Marufuji submitting Kenta with a triangle Cobra Clutch in 18-12. What a fucking match, though. 62 will take it. Naomichi Marufuji almost hitting the 60s. Good for him. Kenta with a 53. As, obviously they're going to have great chemistry as there are no strangers to each other. Oof, that did not go well. They shake hands after the match just as a show of respect. Be like, all right, you were the better man tonight type of thing. As, it's kind of the subtle end to their ending of their story. Finally, it's the end. For these two here in the CWA, at least for now. Maybe we'll start it back up later. But this match, I knew this was going to be a banger. As Ray Phoenix and Roderick Strong, Roddy Strong getting the win. He submits Ray Phoenix on a stronghold. And of course, you know it's going to be Blood Generation Interference helping Roderick Strong get the win, and finally Ray Phoenix drops that belt. God fucking bless Ray Phoenix. What a savage, man. I mean, 73 to 61. Some great shit there. Yeah, Phoenix is awesome. Yeah, I mean, who knew? I mean, it's like, he's not only this generation's Rey Mysterio Jr. or nothing. I mean, he's fucking awesome. High praise for Ray Phoenix Jr. But Ray Phoenix Jr. has high praise for Ray Phoenix as yeah, he's a goddamn man. Next match, or as we get to we cutting to the back as the new champion Roderick Strong talking to his Blood Generation members and teammates of Shima and Ricky Doi, as he's saying, well, listen, all Pac's got to do is get that win. It's going to be a clean sweep for Blood Generation. He's going to retain his title, and now you two have your goal of becoming the next CWA Canadian Tag Team Champions. So we, all four of us, can hold the gold. So that's just kind of hyping up what Shima and Rookie Doi, their plans, obviously, going forward. As the CWA British Commonwealth title matchup, it is Brody Lee taking on Tommy Inn, of course. And Brody, Discus Laird at 9:33. It's the big effort rig. It's done. He beat Tommy Inn. He gets his British Commonwealth title, which is just kind of crazy that, yeah, obviously, we went a whole nother route than what the British Commonwealth title was supposed to be. It's supposed to be all about British wrestling and going with a lot of the Brits. But obviously, Speaking Out happened, and then everybody that was basically in Brit Rest was a piece of shit. That little did we know until that happened. So then that just kind of changed the way I thought about the title, and the way it's kind of booked is just kind of like, it is strong style, but a different type of strong. Very much like laying in shots, big heavyweight dudes just beating the fuck out of each other. It's kind of like the idea behind it now. Instead of the technical British style, it's now kind of more like, if you see the strong style of a lot of the Gaijin heavyweights, it's kind of that style where they're just beating the fuck out of each other. Brody Lee does a fantastic job of that, as beating the fuck out of Tommy in there with a 75. God bless him. As the next matchup, the fucking tag title matchup of the Golden Lovers. They did it. They beat the Young Bucks in 13:09 as Omega pinning Matt Jackson with the One Wing Angel. And so, yeah, I mean, would I've loved to see Kota Ibushi do a lot better? Yeah, but I still think this was kind of a fun decision to also getting the belts off the Bucks to help elevating the Golden Lovers into now they're a major part of the Golden Grudge, or not of the Golden Grudge, of Canadian Wrestling Alliance. That's kind of the game plan behind this. Obviously, Kenny being from Canada, I feel like that should be an easy one. But, with Ibushi at 53, usually mid-50s is where he does in ring-wise. It's a little tough. Maybe it's a little outside his reach, but maybe he can hit the at least the low 60s before the end of the series. As 63 could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. As the main event in a steel cage that goes 20 minutes, Pac beats Bryan Danielson at one point. So they're both kind of laid out at one point. They're out for like the 10 count, whatever. The referee's getting up for the count, and Brock Lesnar comes in, rips the cage door off. F5 for Bryan Danielson, F5 for Pac, kind of making a statement that, he should be involved in these types of matches. He should be back in the heavyweight title picture. I land on both men, but eventually Pac gets Bryan to where he can hit the Black Arrow. I would love to, honestly, if he could do a Black Arrow off the top of the cage, that'd be nuts. That would be an awesome finish, but I just don't think he has that. First of all, he'd probably murder somebody doing that. But second of all, I feel like that'd be highly fucking dangerous. But if he could do it off the top of the cage, Jesus Christ, that's obviously the finish. But I'm assuming he would never be able to do that. But it's a 71, which is kind of weird because obviously Pac with an 83, we get Bryan with a 76. Both guys have good chemistry. You felt like it should have elevated the segment even more into the 75, 76 region. But that's neither here nor there, I guess, as it goes 20. And Bryan again was pissed about losing, but it is what it is. We'll try to sweet talk him back into it, but we get a 70 though. I mean, that's a solid show. We increased our pop in one region, but obviously Roddy and Phoenix, he kind of knew, at least I knew going into it, that would probably be the best match. I did not expect that to happen though. I didn't expect Brody and Tommy End to have a 73 to the point where they'd be the second best match. I figured for sure be close to be like a 76 here, 75 here, but That's the way TW goes sometimes. It just does not go your way. But I'm obviously with this here, the Kenta Marufuji shake hands segment, that definitely brought the show down as a 23. That's terrible, but it is what it is. I mean, it could have been better, but that's the way she goes. But as far as putting who over is the question. Obviously, I think we should put Sasha over because I think that was a huge carrying point for her. Brian, and then Pac had like an 81. Like we should probably put him over. So there's that. All right, another show. Oh yeah, that graphic. Blurry as hell. That Wrestle Kingdom 2 logo. I could not, for the life of me, find one that was not blurry as hell. I probably should just took that out of the picture pack with that, or out of the loading pack. But it is what it is. Oof, yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. But thank you all for watching that. Hell of a show we had there, Golden Grudge. As now we move towards Dungeon Wars, as we have a quite the main event already planned out. I already got the main event ready to go. We just got to get there to the point where it can be set up. Looks like we lost at least almost 800,000 last month. I think we're gonna make. No, we're not gonna make anything. We're still gonna lose some money, but that's all right. Then we made a shit ton of money for the past couple of months. As yeah, I mean we should be okay. But thank you all for watching. As we will catch you guys next time for more CWA action. Take care, everyone.